What's up, everybody? It's Brandon from Box Office Banner, and I'm back with another knee-jerk reaction review. This one's a special one, man. I don't know if y'all knew this about me, but I'm a huge, huge Dexter fan, and Dexter Morgan fan, and Deborah Morgan fan. All the characters. Angel, who, to my understanding, who's not going to be on the show. Vince Masuka, to my understanding, who's not going to be on the show. And the rest of the fucking gang. But I am, of course, talking about Dexter New Blood. This is one that I have been ready and waiting for to come out before I even knew it was coming out. Now, what's funny about me is I'm actually not really a big fan of the final season. I used to dislike it, but it's kind of grown on me in subsequent viewings, as I've watched the show over and over again countless times. But I was always a fan of the ending to season 8. Yes, I'm one of the very, very few that thought it was a fitting ending for Dexter Morgan. When you break down, the stuff that isn't necessarily on the surface. It doesn't just hit you over the head. You got to think a little harder, like, okay, he's here because of this, and this is this for him, blah, blah, blah. That's a whole nother video, though. But at the same time, I always welcomed a return. Because why wouldn't I? I want more Dexter. And as the years passed, I was like, I wonder what he's up to now. What is happening? You can't help but feel that way. I was content with the ending, but at the same time, there was more to possibly give. And we finally get it. I remember a couple years ago, we heard, I remember there was like a Facebook post or something. It was like the return of Dexter, and everybody shared the shit out of it. And I would I got super stoked too, and then I looked around, tried to, see a few credible sources, and it was nowhere to be found. I think Michael C. Hall might have even came out, the guy that played Dexter, for those of you who don't know. Even came out, which I'm sure you do if you're watching this video. He even, I think, came out and was like, no, downplayed it, not happening. I've kind of put that character to rest. And then out of nowhere, this pops up again, and I'm like, it's probably another one of them hoaxes. And nope, Showtime's posting about it. So now the adrenaline's pumping. I'm like, holy shit, this is really going down. And again, to my knowledge, it's only for a year. But damn it, if this is as good as I think it's going to be, and after I watch the first episode, I should say, not video, I will give you further thoughts on it, on why I think it looks like it's going to be even better than maybe what I could have expected. Then this thing can keep going, man. Let's not cut it off. I'm not saying do another 8 seasons, but maybe 4, 3, maybe just a 2-parter, a half and half. Give me something, man. I'm over here fiending. But what did I think of the first episode? Whew, now that's finally here. Spoilers, by the way. I'm going to just jump into it on this one. I've been doing the Chucky TV series. That's kind of why he's out, I guess. And I've kind of been talking around spoilers. But on this, I got to go spoilers. Okay, so Dexter. Man. Let me just start off by saying, and I had a feeling this was going to happen, I did not feel like I was watching a Dexter show. Now, that isn't necessarily a bad thing, because I think it's more of like there's no believability that it's back. Like, we felt like it was gone forever. And at least for me, like, even knowing that it was coming back, I was like, yeah, but like, it's too good to be true. Like, maybe I'm dreaming this. Like, it doesn't feel real until it's right in front of you. And even then, it took like a solid 15 minutes. Like, even after seeing Deb, because Deb was in this early, I was like, holy shit, it's Deb this early. Like, it didn't really waste a lot of time. And even with all those things flying at my sensors, like, I still wasn't sitting there like, wow, I'm watching Dexter. It did literally 15 minutes. That might be underselling. Like, half the episode, I was like settling in like, damn, I need to watch this again, because now I'm finally locked in. We are watching Dexter right now, week to week. What the fuck is going on? Had me tripping out. And I'll say too, like, a lot of, if y'all are here and you don't care about spoilers, like, everything from the trailer, everybody was like, they spoiled a whole lot in all the trailers. I feel like everything from the trailer was in this first episode. So it's just the tip of the iceberg, people. Just the tip of the iceberg. Man. And then Dexter, dude. Just watching him live this life. He's out there hunting, and you're wondering, like, what's he doing? Is he killing animals now at least? But he's like getting cold feet. Seems a little, weird. It's like a white deer that he's been hunting. And you're looking at it and you're like, is he even hunting it? Like, what is going on? But maybe, like, is there something raising up in him? Is this causing him to, maybe dial back into that dark passenger? Is he going to kill this animal? But it starts to feel like He's not trying to do that at all. Like, what is he trying to do? Like, leave down in the comments below. We were joking about that on an episode last week, but like, what do you think his goal was? Was he actually even trying to ever kill this white deer or whatever? Like I said, I was in like a blur in the beginning of this. I think it was a deer. We do get to meet this one guy that's a total prick, and it kind of wakens up Dexter. Awakens him a little bit. Him and I believe it's his brother. They're sitting there, and his dad's big guy in charge type of figure. So he's thinking he can just walk around like a shit don't stink, do whatever he wants. Dexter's working at like this like guns and ammo knife store now, and he's just a complete dick. Like he literally like that's what he does. He walks around like his shit don't stink. He jokes at Dexter. You see the trailer, like he's gonna stab him. He's like, ha ha, like he points guns in people's directions. He thinks he's fucking invincible. And you can see this weighing on Dexter, which really fucking like sparks something in me. I'm like, oh shit, he's looking at him. He's looking at him, but the Dark Passenger might be looking at him. And the whole time I'm seeing stuff like this, I am starting to grow in the Dexter department. I'm like, this is Dexter, this is Dexter. But at the same time, I saw someone else say this. There was like almost like I was watching like Fargo. It had like a Fargo type vibe. And it makes you wonder too, like, is it so much as like we ain't seen Dexter in a long time, or is it just like the different environment? You know what I mean? And a lot of the pieces that make Dexter, like the voice in his head didn't come in until the end, but we will get to that. This guy though, we find out even more about him, the prick I'm talking about, even more because he's sitting there, man. He's seeming like he's, like I said, shit don't stink, all that, but we don't really know like how fucked up and dark he is. But it comes at a point where Dexter goes to drop off a gun because he was the guy wasn't able to buy a gun because his record or what gun record was on hold or whatever. He wasn't able to, so Dexter went over to drop his gun off. And when he got over there, he's talking to his brother or whatever, and his brother's like snorting up cocaine, like losing his shit. And Dexter's just kind of talking to him, and the brother or whatever is losing his shit because he's in there, the prick is in there with the girl that he brought to this party and is fucking having sex with her. So he's over here like emotionally vulnerable. He's ready to air out anything about him. He's like in a state where he's high. He's losing his shit. And Dexter's like, this is a perfect time to, prod a little bit. Let me see what I can get out of this. And this guy is just, and I don't even know if he had to do that. He was just shouting it out like, fuck him. Like, which I could see because I feel so bad for the dude. He brought this girl to the party and he's not the one that gets to sleep. And he said that's happened so many times. It was like, Jesus, poor man. But he's sitting there talking about like a wreck that they had gotten in. And they played chicken. And then Dexter's kind of like, or I should say Jim Lindsay. He's over there talking to him like, hey man, no. Like he wasn't the one driving though. And then he's like, guys over there snorting like, no, I covered for him. So then that you see the eyebrows raise a little bit. Oh, really? And then he reveals something even crazier, saying like, man, like to make matters even worse, he straight up like the guy they were playing chicken with kind of gave up and he still fucking wrecked into him. So Dexter now is like, oh, so this would, fit my code. He didn't straight up, I mean, it might as well be murder, but what I mean? It doesn't have to be like a straight hack and slash for Dexter. I mean, he did that with like a drunk driver that kept, drunk driving and hurting people and shit like that in the previous seasons of the show. So, Dexter, that's enough for him. He's putting people in fucking danger. He's got to go. And Dexter goes in there to give him his gun, and the guy's just like hyped, being cocky, acting fucking arrogant again, thinking good old Jim here, as they call him in the show now, which is compliments to like the fucking author of Dexter. If you've never read the Dexter books, all 8 are amazing. It's like a fucking, it's almost like Dexter in an alternate universe. That's the way I look at it. But that's another point. Maybe we'll talk about Dexter books one day. But he's just being cocky to Dexter here, as usual, per usual. And he's like even pointing the gun at him, and Dexter like pops him in the fucking nose. He's bleeding. It's like, holy shit, is this going down in episode 1? But then he comes back to. He's daydreaming. And Dexter, not only that, he's like analyzing his scar on his leg. He's looking it up and down. He's really taking in like, wow, man, like this guy really did this. Like he crashed like that. And he was the culprit. Fuck this guy. But Cooler heads prevail. He ends up going back. He talks to Deb. Deb's just like, it's been 10 years, Dex. I'm so fucking proud of you. But then Dexter goes after, we'll call it that white deer that he's going to shoot at again. And as he gets close to it, and it just seems so innocent, of course, what happens? The fucker blows the deer up. He might as well have had a rocket launcher. That was a mean ass gun. He doesn't actually blow it up, but he goes bang, 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 shoots it. Actually, I think he just let off one round. And he comes over and he's like, "Wow, you see that?" And Dexter's like in danger. He's like right next to you, like, "What if you would have fucking missed?" And he pops him in the fucking nose again. And in my mind, I was like, my wife, because she's a big Dexter fan now too. She's like, "Oh, he really did it this time." I'm like, "Come on, like he didn't daydream that 2 times in a row. Like that just fucking happened." And next thing you know, he's getting the kill kit out. He's fucking doing everything that we love to get the kill room ready. And I'm sitting there like, holy shit, this is in the first episode we're getting this, guys. And part of me loves it because I was fiending for it because it's been so long. But the other part of me was kind of like, man, we could slow down maybe a little bit. Like I was kind of surprised that Deb never like came in. Like as he was like about to go over with the knife, maybe Deb's like, "What are you doing, Dex?" Like there was nothing. Like she said she was proud of him before, but everything from the moment he actually knocked him out to going through with the kill, Deb never showed up. Now maybe that's the dark passenger kind of like blocking her out, but I was a little surprised that there was nothing, no like trepidation there because Deb flew in. I was just waiting for it. I'm like, when's Deb coming in? When's Deb coming in? And you know what? She didn't. And we're happy because he got the kill, but at the same time, would have been better for the story if we waited till maybe like episode 3 or something. It would have been that much more satisfying. Like, the slow burn and the payoff's a little better. But nonetheless, it was still good. And he's over here, the guy that strapped the table, the prick dickhead, he's over here fucking talking about like my parents. Oh my God. Like he's just like, that's what happened to me. I'm fucked up, man, because my parents. And Dexter can relate. And Dexter had even told him, like, just tell me what it is. But now the guy's like, you let me go, right? And Dexter's like, we're a little bit past the point of no return on that, buddy. And we see him do it. Raises a knife, bang, takes a blood slide, but even reveals, like, I'm a growing killer. I don't need this. And that's when the voice kicks in. And then as soon as we fucking hear that voice and he looks in the mirror like, hello, Dexter Morgan, it did feel a lot more like Dexter. So it makes you think, like, is it still going to feel a little off because, the location and the feel's a little different? Or is now that we have that inner voice and the dark passengers in full play, is it going to feel a little bit more like Dexter? That's where it's going to be interesting going forward. I'm very curious how all that shakes out. The stuff with Harrison, man, I didn't expect to get this in the first episode either. Again, I'm like, man, is this so rushed? It's everything I see in the trailer, but at the same time, I'm like, it might be a good thing because now this shows me they got so much more than what was in the trailer. So depending on how you look at it. With Harrison, man, like that shit was sad. It about got me choked up because he's over there like, I don't know who you think you're looking for, but it's not me. And when Harrison storms out of the house, he left a picture of Dexter. It's clearly fucking Dexter, dude. Like, there's no, like, he's aged a little bit. It's the same fucking person. So, he's like, damn, Harrison knows. And by the end of the episode, he goes and picks up fucking Harrison from, like, the bus station or whatever. And he's like, can you come home with me? You're right. I made a mistake. Please, can you come home with me? Like, he looks like he's got tears in his eyes. And goes that little inner voice again, like my father, talking about Harry, took care of me. It's my right to take care of my son. So, and there was trepidation. This is what I was talking about, the trepidation with like, where was Deb when he killed dude? Right in the middle of him making a decision with Harrison, Deb was right there like, do not fucking do this, Dexter. You know what you've done. And she even pulls up her shirt like, even me, where she got shot and killed before, she eventually succumbed to her wounds. Because it was all, Dexter might have not shot the gun, but it was all the fucking, version of what Dexter did. Like, that is what caused the repercussions of that. It's a long string of dirty just blood that Dexter fucking laid down a path for that led all the way to that bullet that inserted into Deb. So you can definitely blame him. That's why he blamed himself, and he went away to begin with, which I actually liked. It was a form of punishment, as I talked at the end of season 8. But to see Deb do that, like, I was surprised she didn't do that in the kill room a little bit. But maybe that's, again, the dark passenger won out. And then as far as like the dad, that this guy was talking like, my dad's gonna kill you, blah 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 blah. Like you can't kill me. Talking about the prick again. I don't know his name, so I'm just gonna keep calling him a prick. You know what I'm talking about. The dad figure. I'm wondering if he's gonna be somebody that gets added in, and as he gets added in, like he seems like he's the main problem, like he's causing problems for Jim, aka Dexter, and he's the whole fucking episode. You're like, this is gonna be the main guy. This is gonna be the main guy, and maybe there's some type of twist mid-season where like, oh, it's not him at all, and there's actually some main killer. Or maybe that's where Hannah McKay comes in. Maybe Hannah McKay is fucking wreaking it. Who the fuck knows, dude? There's so much like untapped potential and stuff that we're just not even remotely aware of yet. The trailer didn't spoil too much, guys. Like, I'm so curious where this is going to go. Unless it just falls off a fucking cliff, you know what I mean? And there's like, we don't even know where to go from here. But that's the other thing that's, obviously I'm pretty much joking about the killer being Hannah McKay. I'm just throwing random scenarios out there. But like, where is Hannah McKay? Are we going to get, Harrison talking about it? Like, did she start killing again and force him away? Did she teach him the code? What caused Harrison to come back? And I'm wondering, like, I'm assuming we're going to get that real soon in the next episode. And I'm trying to I didn't write any of this shit out, man. Sometimes it hurts me because I'm not prepared. Other times it's just like, man, like, just fucking wing it. Let them know how you feel. So that's kind of what I did on this one. And usually the route I go 80% of the time, so it's more authentic that way. But, I don't think I really left anything out. I'm trying to think the new cop that Dexter's with wasn't surprising because that was spoiled in the trailer. I will say there is moments where she kind of looks like Deb, and I wonder if there's some weird thing to that because you remember him and Deb kind of had that moment, I think it's season 7, where it was getting kind of weird. It's like, are they going to be a thing now like they are in real life, but they're brother and sister, but they're not technically blood related? That was like a whole thing. And maybe where he feels horrible for Deb and, he's like, that's the one person that always loved me. Maybe he somehow started, dating someone that had similar characteristics. Now, she doesn't look exactly like Deb at all, but there's like certain images, like one moment in the police station, he looked at her through like a glare on like a window, and I was like, it looked like Deb for like a half a second. And the way she like parts her hair with her dark hair, it looks at least somewhat similar. And then you're like, well, you get a more spot on person look like Deb. But if you look at Deb, she is a hard person to match. Like, Deb is a beautiful woman. Jennifer Carpenter, beautiful woman. But she's like, that like weird, different, like Anna Taylor-Joy would be an example. And this is not like, a diss at all. Like, I'm not saying anything negative on the matter of either of these girls. If anything, it makes them more attractive. It's just like they're like a 1 in a million. Like, you almost, when you look at them, they're not even initially like, oh my God, she's strikingly beautiful. But the more you look at them, you're like, she's like different beautiful, because there's not many girls walking around look like Deb. Like, this might have been like the best they could do. But I'm wondering if there's going to be something with that. Just like a random thing I thought of. Maybe not. Maybe I'm crazy, but something I thought of. Yeah. But I think that's about it, guys. Like, I mean, yeah. Good shit. I'm wondering where this is going to go. This is just, like I said, the tip of the fucking iceberg, dude. Speaking of which, where Dexter's dumping bodies now. Yeah. In the little fishing hole, I guess. This is crazy. I still can't believe it. Like, as soon as it ended, I was like, oh, no. Like, the wait to this episode, like I said, it didn't feel real. And because it didn't feel real, I didn't even feel it was real, like I said, till halfway through the episode. Once I got past the halfway point of this episode and it felt real, I was like, oh my God, I got to wait till next Sunday. Like, this wait till next Sunday is going to be even harder than the wait to even get to the show for me. Like, I am stupid hype. Like, I was like, I'm ready to binge this right now. But at the same time, if it is only one season, I want it to last, guys. So maybe it's a good thing. But damn, I'm stupid hype, dude. I'm super excited. Oh my God. Jesus, guys. What did y'all think of it? What did y'all think? Let me know. I always do ratings and shit on this show. I will give this episode a 8.5 out of 10. Fucking absolutely loved it. Way to break us back in. The feel wasn't there necessarily for the beginning, but it wasn't even a problem. I was still enjoying the fuck out of myself. And like I said, we're going to see in later episodes if it wasn't the same Dexter formula till the end because he's this new person, or if it's really just the scenery and the cinematography and everything's just a little bit different to where they never really capture that essence. So I think it might be a little more not of the latter, but the previous. So we'll see. We'll see. I absolutely love this though, guys. I hope y'all did too, because as Dexter fans, man, did we need this? We love this. Jesus, we die for this. Where you at, Dexter? Just playing. Everybody I'm seeing says they loves it too. All right, guys, do your thing. Dexter, Sunday, Showtime, 9 o'clock. Unless you got the app, you can watch it early. I was like, anyways, guys, love y'all. See ya.